He's dating Kitty Palm, an actress. Kitty.
1 year into the new decade, the movie prospects keep getting better. The releases slated for 2021 are so exciting, they'll make you salivate with anticipation, and we can't wait to see them. If you've been wondering what movies will be coming out this year, here are 10 movies to look forward to in 2021. By the way, make sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now, let's get into it. Number 10, Cruella. Another in a long line of Disney remakes of its animated classics, this film is taking the same path as Maleficent by foregrounding its villain and deepening her past. Emma Stone is taking up the mantle of 101 Dalmatians antagonist Cruella de Vil, the fur-obsessed puppy murderer, and the film has a 1970s setting as it explores her younger days. Do we really need to find out why Cruella got so obsessed with Dalmatians? Tanya director Craig Gillespie seems to think so, and he has Emma Thompson and Paul Walter Hauser rounding out the cast. Number 9, Dune. The film is based on a best-selling novel by Frank Herbert. It is a fresh remake that has breathtaking graphics compared to its predecessor. Dune was last set for a Christmas 2020 release until Warner Bros. Kicked it to 2021 for pandemic reasons. It then got bundled into the studio's year-long plan to premiere each of its films simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max. That move was heavily criticized by Dune director Denis Villeneuve, who obviously designed this adaptation of Frank Herbert's sci-fi classic for the big screen. One hopes that by October, that's how it can be seen and enjoyed. Timothy Chalamet stars as Paul Atreides, with Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, and many others rounding out a massive production. Number 8, Jungle Cruise. Emily Blunt, Dwayne Johnson, and Jesse Plemons take on the adventure together with danger lurking at every turn. An old Disneyland theme park ride gets time on the big screen in this action/comedy film. Jungle Cruise is an upcoming American adventure film, directed by Jaume Collet-Serra from a story by Glenn Ficarra and John Requa and a screenplay written by Michael Green, Ficarra, and Requa, based on Walt Disney's theme park attraction of the same name. Produced by Walt Disney Pictures, Jungle Cruise is scheduled to be released on July 30th, 2021 by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. Number 7, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been on hold throughout the pandemic, and the prequel Black Widow is scheduled to arrive first in 2021. But Shang-Chi will be the first real glimpse of what the franchise has planned next. The first of several new heroes being rolled out over the next few years, Shang-Chi, played by Simu Liu, will be Marvel's first Asian lead character, a martial artist who's drawn into a vast criminal conspiracy. The ensemble includes Awkwafina, Tony Leung, and Michelle Yeoh, and the director is Destin Daniel Cretton, whose electrifying filmography includes Short Term 12 and Just Mercy. Number 6, Candyman. Candyman is an upcoming American supernatural slasher film directed by Nia DaCosta and written by Jordan Peele, Wynn Rosenfeld, and DaCosta. It is a direct sequel to the 1992 film of the same name, and the fourth film in the Candyman film series based on the short story The Forbidden by Clive Barker. The sequel film will feature Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Tiana Paris, and Nathan Stewart Jarrett. The horror classic is getting a sequel set in the gentrified Chicago neighborhood that was in the original. Candyman is scheduled to be theatrically released in the United States on August 27, 2021 by Universal Pictures. Its release date was delayed 3 times from an original June 2020 date due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Number 5, Fast and Furious 9. The Fast and Furious saga continues with more twists and turns than ever before. The adventure/crime film will feature Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and Charlize Theron. Another long-delayed blockbuster awaiting a window when theaters around the world are open again. Fast and Furious 9, or just F9, has the dear burden of restoring some stability to a franchise that overreached in its last entry and launched a subpar spin-off. The return of director Justin Lin, who helmed the series' best efforts, and actor Sung Kang, who plays fan-favorite Han Lue, might be enough to steady the narrative. But after more than a year of waiting for this installment, audiences might be forgiving of whatever they can get. Number 4, Spiral. A cat-and-mouse thriller that involves a police veteran, a detective, and his partner chasing down a serial killer who is one step ahead of them. Delayed for a year by the pandemic, this relaunch of the Saw horror franchise has glossy sheen due to the involvement of Chris Rock, who personally pitched the studio Lionsgate on a new take for the Baroque series. The details on how the crafty Jigsaw killer will return are unclear, though he'll likely be setting elaborate torture traps for his victims again in order to prove some moral point. Rock plays the detective on his case, backed up by Samuel L. Jackson and Max Minnella. Saw veteran Darren Lynn Bousman, who already directed 3 films in the series, is behind the camera. Number 3. Black Widow. An iconic Marvel superhero from the Avengers gets her own film. It's the events leading up to the Avengers and her transformation into Black Widow. The film features Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, and David Harbour. Following the events of Captain America: Civil War, Natasha Romanoff finds herself alone and forced to confront a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past. Pursued by a force that will stop at nothing to bring her down, Romanoff must deal with her history as a spy and the broken relationships left in her wake long before she became an Avenger. In early April 2020, Disney announced that Black Widow would be released on November 6, 2020, and the rest of their Phase 4 slate of films were shifted to accommodate this change. In September of 2020, Disney pushed back the release to May 7, 2021. The film was directed by Kate Shortland and written by Eric Pearson, from a story by Jacques Schaefer and Ned Benson. Set after Captain America: Civil War, the film sees Romanoff on the run and forced to confront her past. Number 2. Mission Impossible 7. Shooting in tandem with the 8th edition in the long-running action series, Mission Impossible 7 has a monumental bar to clear after the critical and commercial success of Fallout: The Last Entry. So Tom Cruise has largely brought the band back together, retaining the writer-director Christopher McQuarrie and team members Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, and Rebecca Ferguson. Haley Atwell and Asai Morales are among the new faces. The plot is entirely unknown, but it's also somewhat superfluous to these movies. McQuarrie will likely conduct another symphony of staggering set-piece, throwing Agent Ethan Hunt into ever more improbable situations and having him somehow emerge unscathed. Number 1. No Time to Die. The classic character gets to grace the screens again. The action thriller movie stars Daniel Craig, Ana de Armas, and Rami Malek. A mysterious unknown villain with new technology comes to threaten Bond. For almost a year now, the release of the next James Bond film has been viewed as a bellwether for cinema industry's health. When No Time to Die was kicked down the schedule last spring, it was the first sign of the pandemic's major effect on the movie world. When the film was delayed again in the fall, it indicated that Hollywood wasn't rebounding as quickly as hoped. No Time to Die, Daniel Craig's last outing as the British super spy, is currently set for April, but be warned, it could easily be pushed back again as its studio, MGM, waits for the best time to guarantee a smooth worldwide opening. Which among these movies do you think you'll like the most? Let us know in the comment section below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we can continue giving you the best content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.